Hello, is this Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. In this stream, I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. And yeah, I get done late with the stream. Not as late as with the Red Dead one, but still, I am. But, well, just like I normally do, I'm going to be going over to, like, discounts and good detail and talk about like what discounts are good and which ones aren't in my opinion and whatnot. So it's still trying to make the stream very worth watching, even if it's like 12 hours late or about 12 hours. I think Newswire's only been up for like a few hours anyways. But yeah, I forgot to mention the money thing last week. But yeah, logging in of course for last event week, which of course you should have when there was double money RP on VIP work and challenges. That's a very great thing they did last event week. They gave $1 million for that week, and then they're giving another $1 million for this week. I forgot to mention that last time, but I don't think it really would have impacted anyone. I didn't mention it, just saying. But I wanted to make sure to mention it this time, especially with the prompt on the screen. So I figured it was a good opportunity. So yeah, obviously going off the title, I put the Drift Yosemite on there, of course. So that's the new vehicle on there. So I'll find the nearest exit here, or I'll try to. Here, there's like a garage. It seems this way. Yeah, this way. So I'll show off the two prices for the Yosemite. It's like 1.2 to 1. It's like 1.2 or 1.3 mil, I believe, to like a little under a mil for trade price, I think. Also, yeah, aside from event week, I didn't really play the VIP works and challenges. I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, I'll be able to get to like 3 mil just because of me logging in for this event week. Obviously, for these event week streams. So yeah, the Class A Drift Tampa, its trade price is $981,000, and its buy it now is a little over 1.3 mil, aka $1,380,000. And I might as well go over the money opportunities that are in the pause menu at the moment. Probably all of them I'll just mention right now. So starting off is Hot Ring Circuit. So yeah, first one's on the list is Hot Ring Circuit for 2 times money RP. So there's 10 Hot Ring Circuit races, of course, on double money RP. Also, speaking of RC time trial, there's also the RC Bandito races on here as well for double money RP. And also, speaking of double money RP, there's double money RP on Izzy Classic races. So there's 7 of those. And yeah, the RC Bandito races in here as well are double money RP. $15 of those. And all 3 of those were all of the like dedicated like races on here when it comes to a particular vehicle. The rest of them is going to be regular stun races when it comes to the pause menu. So yeah, I believe it basically goes on almost the end of the list here, I think. But But yeah, there's tons of those on Double Money RP, aka all of the Rockstar created ones. And then the last two are ones that are not on the pause menu, but I did manage to list them on the spectator. And like I said, that's the RC time trial. Yeah, sure, only... Okay, it's Quarry or whatever. Davis Quarry is the RC NATO time trial. Hard to say if that's a really easy one or not. I do need to get caught up on my RC NATO time trial guides. I didn't do one for the last event weeks, but because this one's double money, I might try to release a couple more RC NATO time trials at least. I'll have something else that's been in the works that I finally got to upload, which I promised like about a month and a half ago. So honestly, I haven't really felt much like doing much in terms of content recently. And then yeah, there's business battles as well for times 20 RP. And there is a strategy to the business battles, I would say, for getting them to appear and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna be ready to get over to the casino so I can show off the podium vehicle. So yeah, the strategy for business battles, I would say, is I'm pretty positive you can do them in invite only still. I'm pretty sure that's always been the case where you can do business battles in invite only lobbies. Which is actually kind of unusual for like a free mode activity, but it's good to have the option, of course, to have the business battles be able to be done in private lobbies and invite only, like I'm in right now. So yeah, I believe the strategy is, I believe you need at least 3 players in order for the business battles to show up. In comparison, I believe it's 6 players minimum for like free mode events. So if you're gonna try like having a good business battle lobby with some friends or something, try to stick between 3 and 5 players. I wouldn't really advise 6 or more, because I believe then free mode events can pop up, and that I believe delays the timer for business battles for popping up. So yeah, try to stick between a 3 to 5 player lobby. And if you're in a public lobby like that, that's great as well, but obviously it's better if you can set invite only up with like friends or something. So yeah, that's the strategy for doing business battles. Try to stick between 3 to 5 player lobbies, whether it's invite only, which is probably the big like thing I would suggest doing in invite only, since you can. Or of course, get lucky and find a good public session. You could do that as well. Also, I believe there's a certain criteria as well in addition to the free player minimum to getting them to pop up. I believe there needs to be at least 3 players outside of property, so if you're going to be inviting friends over, make sure they're not going to stay in the property. I believe for the business battles to pop up. So sadly, if you were to have some like cool friends or something, that would allow you to get like all the business battles or something, and they want to go like AFK in their nightclub and stuff, they really can't do that. I believe it has to be like at least 3 people outside of properties too. But still, a couple people can stay in their properties if you're at the maximum of 5 players before you get to 6 players, where free mode events, I'm pretty sure, can spawn as well, which don't have anything related to double money or anything right now. So yeah, the sweet spot is 3 to 5 players once again. Going anything above that will basically allow for female defense to spawn as well, and that will like make the business battles not as often. And then one of the discounts as well is 35% off arcade garages. I will verify that when I get to the discounts, but because I have on to the message of spectator, I figured I would mention it.
Lucky escape.
So yeah, the podium vehicle for the week is the Grotti Furia, which is I believe it's like the first like addition to the Don Casino Heist DLC. And also the Grotti Furia is the only supercar of this update, so that's something you should know about it, I suppose, before going into it. I'll talk about like performance and whatnot a little bit, like after I spin on the lucky wheel here. But I don't think it's a very good supercar. I'm just saying it's like the only supercar of this update. No, man, I was like, don't tell me I'm actually gonna get it. That would be dope. But nope, I got 15,000 RP. I think it already looked like I was gonna get it there for a second. But yeah, it's red and it comes with one of the like 10 or so liveries that has. So yeah, it was the first vehicle added to the Legendary Motorsports site outside of the initial release of the DLC. And it might have also been the like first like new vehicle for Drip Feed, I believe, as well for the DLC. But yeah, for the trade price, you're going to be saving a little over $2 million. And then for buying now, you'll be saving about 2.74 mil. You will save 2.74 mil, in fact, if you don't have a trade price. So yeah, you'll be getting good value for the stock vehicle, plus if you keep delivery the same, it's about like 20,000 you'll be saving as well, if you decide to keep delivery. So it could be about 2.8 mil in savings technically. Also, I forgot to mention the like performance. So yeah, like I mentioned, it's the only supercar of this update. And by the way, there are probably going to be a couple other fast vehicles in this game. It's not really much of a spoiler anymore, like the 2 vehicles coming up, since they did mention something about the open wheel on one of their news wires. But yeah, regardless, it's the only supercar, but it's like 16th place in lap time if I recall, so it's not going to be very good. Lap time at least, and top speed, I don't entirely recall hearing that being very good either. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Furia places 16th in lap time. I'm not too sure on top speed, but I don't entirely recall hearing that being pretty good either. Anyways, I'm looking for the Drift Yosemite. I'm pretty sure just like the regular Yosemite, it's in the muscle class, of course. Damn, I've had a lot of muscle cars. Here it is, the new Drift Yosemite. So obviously it's a drifting version of the initial Yosemite that was in like the Doomsday Heist or something like that. I think it was Doomsday Heist, at least for regular Yosemite, I'm not too sure. So yeah, obviously this is meant as like a drifting vehicle, so I'm pretty sure that means pretty poorly for its performance. So you might still be better off with the regular Yosemite, but I'm not too sure. I haven't watched Bruffy1322's like video on it yet, or his lap time and top speed videos, since he does them both on the same day. So yeah, it could be a better like cornering version. Could be better at like cornering than the regular Yosemite, but not sure on like lap time or top speed. And cornering is typically good for a lap time, since top speed is just going in a straight line, of course. Probably turns a little more than it should have, but like I said, it's a drift vehicle. Or yeah, that's probably normal for a drift vehicle. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be surprised if the regular Yosemite is still a better option than the drift one. Either way, I think it's doing pretty okay on this race. This is pretty similar to what Bruffy does for his races. I think the cutting corners. I think in fact he did this exact race before, but I think he's kind of made his own version. And yeah, I'm not a speed tester or anything, so I don't have any expert opinion on this. I'm just saying what I think. And also, not to mention, this is a stock version, since I don't see the point of spending $1 million on a vehicle just to sell it later on for partial price. Unless I were doing like a review of it for some reason, then I would possibly pour the money into it. So when I load back in, I'll probably go over to Premium Race and the regular time trial. I already went into the Bandito time trial just because that one was 2 times money RP apparently for this week it is. So yeah, I'm going to try to get a couple RC Bandito time trial guides up so I can have a guide up for the double money one for this week. I believe there's only one before this one I need to catch up on for time trials. But I also mentioned I do have another project I have been meaning to release a while ago that I still need to do some work on before I do that. So yeah, Premium Race for the week is taking off. I believe it changes a couple times throughout the event week as well, so there might be a couple more asides for this. But for now, it's taking off for Super Class. I just don't think they go over the, like, premium races as much as they used to, I think, on the newswire, but yeah, I believe they do change it a couple more times. And the time trial seems to go back to the first original time trials, back from the Heist DLC, being the Del Piero Pier. So yeah, it's the very first time trial, I'm pretty sure, so that does indeed prove that last week was the last one for new time trials. Between the 10 new time trials I believe they were doing with the Diamond Casino Resort towards the end of that, and then part way into the Diamond Casino Heist till now, of course. So yeah, it's back to the very original time trial. And no, I don't plan on doing guides on those anytime soon. Just doing RC Bandito time trial guides anytime soon at the moment, since that's obviously your current series I'm doing. And then the rest of the stream will basically be discounts, since I already basically went over the rest of it all. So starting off, it sounds like executive garages have a discount to them. However, I don't think I'm really going to show it off. Be able to show it off, I mean. Because I believe when you own them, you can't really, like, show off the price and show that they're discounted. Plus in other offices, you have to actually purchase the other office in order to view it in that perspective, so I can't really do that. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it, because I'm pretty sure I can't select it. Honestly, yeah, there's no option to select a garage, of course, because I already have them all. But yeah, basically there's a lot of like storage discounts for this week. First one being executive office garages for 35% off. Probably 45% off for Twitch Prime. Stage do extra 10% for Twitch Prime. So yeah, executive office garages. Also nightclub garages. I don't think that's one I can really show off either, but I will try to mention what it is, of course, and whatnot. So yeah, pretty sure these aren't included for renovations. Pretty sure it's just these garages that are on discount, of course. So once again, that's 35% off nightclub garages. But yeah, like I said, because they're checked, I can't show them off. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And it seems all Dynasty 8 garages as well are on discount. That's like the one with all the like typical properties. Seems to just be regular garages though. It's not anything with a garage in it that's on discount. So yeah, every standalone like garage, of course, is on discount. Whether it's 10 slots, 6 slots, or 2 slots, I'm pretty sure all the different options. So if you want like 10 car garages or whatever amount, why would you go for anything besides for 10, of course? Especially in these days where it's so easy to make money in the game. If you want just standalone 10 car garages, this is a good week to do it. Also, arena garages as well seem to be on discount. Not sure if I can really show that one off either, because I do own those. Alright, yeah, I can't show them off, so once again, you're just going to take my word for it, is the garage for B1 and B2 will be on 35% off discount. And also, there's one with the casino penthouse. And of course, going off of the theme, it's the casino penthouse garages. Once again, I can't really show that off, but yeah, this will be on 35% off discount. Since, yeah, I already have it, I can't really show it off again, so just going to take my word for it. And then also the arcade garage, like I have on the Spectator, that's 35% off as well. And yeah, once again, I can't really show it off since I already have one. And then there's one more like garage property related thing sort of, but it's in the MOC. So yeah, it's probably only going to be the one upgrade I'll show off on here. But yeah, MOC personal vehicle storage, whatever that would be, is on 35% off discount. So it's not much with the MOC for this week, but it's something at least. And also make sure that didn't change anything. Pretty sure it didn't though. Yep. Alright. I don't think I was able to really see it, since I think the weapon and vehicle workshop, since it takes up 2 slots, and it's probably for like the second slot, or more so the third slot, I mean, for the personal vehicle storage. I believe it's probably in Bay 3, but I can't really select Bay 3 because of the weapon and vehicle workshop that takes up 2 from Bay 2. But regardless, whichever one stores a single personal vehicle, that is 35% less off, or whatever, 35% off discount. Also, I don't think there's any more discounts on more stock, so I think that's the only sort of discount on more stock, is the, like, personal vehicle storage for the MOC. There does not seem to be a discount on Arena War. Pretty sure the same goes for Benny's. I think the, like, Itali vehicle, I believe that's on. Yeah, I believe the Itali vehicle on discount, I believe, is in Legendary, I think. And Elitist, there's no discounts for Elitist either. So yeah, like I mentioned, the podium vehicle once again, it's not a very good supercar from what I've heard. It's 16th place in lap time if I recall, and yeah, that would be the same since I watched Ruffy's videos, and it's the only supercar of the update. And then top speed is probably not good either, like I mentioned, so that's one more reminder not to fear you if you get it as a podium vehicle. I don't think it's going to be a very good investment. It's just going to be more so for your personal preference if you want it or not. So yeah, the Trifade Frax here is on discount. And the Frax is on 35% off discount. So I think it's good. I'm not too sure though. It's been a while since I've watched a video on the Frax's performance, obviously, because I've already watched the performance videos on all the Atomic Casino and Resort videos on, like, vehicles, I mean, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I've been told before that it's trash on one of my streams. I don't know if that's true though, but I think it's good. I'm not too sure though. So refer to Bruffy1322 for exact lap time and top speed, aka performance of the vehicle. But it might be a good buy, might not. I'm not too sure on that one. And then S80RR is also a 35% off discount. And it's a one-seater. Yeah, it's a one-seater supercar as well. In fact, I think the capacity of this used to be glitched out, and I think they fixed it now that I see it now. But yeah, it is a one-seater supercar. I think it might be the only one of its kind right now, a one-seater supercar. That's pretty cool. That's kind of a unique trait about it. And also, I believe the performance on it is pretty good, if I remember. But I think it was outclassed later on by a couple vehicles up here that are not on discount, being the Progen Emirates and the Benefactor Krieger. I believe for non-rocket powered supercars, those two are the best ones in the game right now. Even after the release of the Furia, as I mentioned, since it doesn't seem very good from what I watched on Bruffy1322. So yeah, S80RR is a pretty good vehicle, can probably still be pretty competitive when it comes to the superclass. However, there is a couple vehicles above it at minimum. Might be like within the top 3 though for non-rocket powered vehicles for a lap time, I'm not sure. And I'm not too sure on top speed either, but once again, Bruffy1322 has the exact numbers. I'm just going off of what I remember and whatnot. But yeah, it can probably still be a pretty good buy. And then the Principe Devastate 8. That's on 35% off discount as well. Now, I believe this vehicle has kind of fell in the rankings as well, but I think it's within like the top 10, so in a sense, it's probably fairly able to still be competitive in some sense. And that's for lap time, and then top speed's probably kind of good as well, I think. So it's kind of a good one to get as well, but probably not as much as S80RR. Once again, I would refer to Bruffy1322 if you're going to decide on like any vehicles at all. I've just mentioned throughout this stream so far on discount that might be worth picking up. The Grotti Itali GTO. So yes, there was the one on Legendary indeed, not the one on Benny's, the GTB I believe that was. So yeah, the Itali GTO. Itali GTO is also 35% off. And if I said something else, I mean 35% off. And this vehicle actually got quite the change, I believe. It might have been back in the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC, actually. Not this DLC, but the one before it. So yeah, a bit of backstory when this vehicle first came out. I believe it was pretty terrible in like how it like performs, and not lap time or like top speed. Just how it like handles or something like that. I believe basically any like small bump you would run into, it would basically make your car very bouncy. And it's kind of still like that, I think, but I think the DLC before this one, the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC, I believe they did alleviate some of the problem, but it still kind of does that. And because of how much the advanced like handling flags changed between the initial release in Arena War and Diamond Casino and Resort, the previous DLC before this one, I believe it made it like a second faster for lap time or something like that around there. So I think it went from like third to second place or something like that in the sports class, so it's pretty good for lap time at least. Not very sure on top speed though. But yeah, this could be a pain in the ass to drive, like slightly still a little bit because of the advanced handling flags. Not very good at explaining those as well, by the way. I just know they're a thing for the advanced handling flags. But for more information on advanced handling flags and also lap time and top speed of its vehicle, refer to Bruffy 1322. But yeah, it's better than it initially was in the Arena War DLC as of the previous DLC, Diamond Casino and Resort. And I don't think it's became worse or anything with this DLC. And also, I'm pretty sure it places second, or at least like that was before new sport cars came out. Yeah, that was before new sport cars came out, I think, though, for the DLC. So it might be a little worse than that, actually. But it's probably still kind of competitive, of course, at like minimum, so it's kind of a good option to buy, I would say. Once again, most of these vehicles are personal preferences, that's why I'm just going off of what I remember, and I'm only really purely focused about like performance, unless it's like a unique like trait, like how this is like only one door supercar, or one seater supercar, I mean. So yeah, Vapid GB200, that one's actually a 40% off discount. Or of course, if you're Torch Prime like me, it will be half off. Now this technically classifies as like a rally car, I think. And by the way, it's in a rally class, so it's in like the sports class. So what that basically means is it's probably not a very good like vehicle for performance. Probably lap time and top speed, I would assume, for the sports class. So you're really mainly only going to be getting it for like customizations. But once again, I'm not sure on the exact numbers for lap time and top speed for this vehicle, so I'll refer to Bruffy 1322. Those are just my thoughts on the vehicle. Going down here, there's a Progen GP1. And that's also a 40% off discount, or half off, of course, for Twitch Prime. And yeah, sadly, this really isn't a good supercar. Pretty sure since its release, it was like 23rd place or something like that in lap time. I think that was when it first released. And obviously, it probably just became like a lot worse, of course, with new additions. And yeah, that's for lap time, so I would say this isn't really a good one to invest into for racing. Of course, if you like the looks of the vehicle or anything like that, obviously go for it, but it's not really going to do you anything in terms of races, I would say. And top speed, I'm not very sure on that, so refer to Bruffy 1322 for that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not a good supercar to buy if you're getting it for performance sake. And then a couple more vehicles over here, the Emperor ETR1. I'm not sure if this is sports or super class, by the way. It might be super. Yeah, this might be super class, but I'm not sure if it's sport or super. But yeah, I don't think this one really aged all that well, at least in terms of lap time. Not too sure on top speed. Could be good for top speed for all I know, but lap time, probably not. So it's probably another pretty obsolete vehicle like the GP1 over here. But yeah. And also, I think there's an option with the spoiler as well with the ETR1. I believe that can break, by the way, so do be careful with that. I believe one of the spoiler options can break. I'm not sure if it's like the stock one or if it's like one of the like upgraded ones. So do keep that in mind. I don't know if the spoiler breaking is like a glitch that's always been the game or something, or if it's like intended to do that, and then if it does break off, you might lose your traction bonus. So yeah, I think there is a spoiler that does break on this, so just be careful when customizing it. Like, make sure you like run into something, make sure that's not the case. So I do think one of those spoilers do break, and that would suck to lose a traction bonus over something like that in a race. As for the Innis RE7B, this one I think probably aged a lot better than the ETR1, I would say, throughout the years of the game, of course. At one point it was really top tier, though I think that was because of a glitch or something, and that's probably been fixed since. I would say there's probably some glitch with the RE7B, if I recall, that made it really good. Not saying it's not good now, it probably is pretty good now for a lap time as well, I would say. I believe it's something called downforce or something like that. It's one of the vehicles with that kind of property that makes it good or something like that, from my understanding. But still, it's not as good back in the days, I'm pretty sure. But it might be like top 10, top 20 kind of thing. Not too sure. So the slightest, at least, this would probably be kind of worth it. But once again, refer to Bruffy 1322 for proper lap time and top speed, because this vehicle is obviously from so long ago, so I don't really remember. I don't think so. I've really watched his like compilation video yet on all the supercars. Now that the Furia released, does have a vehicle. Pretty sure he does have a vehicle on all the supercars at the point of the current DLC. I'm pretty sure that was it for this website here. Also, if I didn't mention it, RE7B is a 35% off discount, whereas the ETR1 is a 40% off discount. Looks like there's only a couple more vehicle discounts. Also, I might check all the discounts. I might try all the websites, see if I notice any Twitch Prime discounts, because so far I haven't noticed one. And there was, like, the Rhino tank and whatnot on Twitch Prime discounts. For last week, I believe that was. So yeah, the classy Hot Ring Saber, which is 40% off for anyone without Twitch Prime, or it's half off for those with Twitch Prime. Now, I'm not too sure on its performance, lap time, or top speed wise. It's been a while since the vehicle released. However, even if it's not necessarily a really good vehicle, it's a very good buy for the Hot Ring Saber races or whatever. First of all, it's the only vehicle that can be used in the Hot Ring races. Yeah, Hot Ring Saber is the only vehicle that can be used in the Hot Ring circuit races. And then also, playing a certain amount of those Hot Ring Saber races, I believe, unlocks you liveries for the vehicle over time. So it's kind of one of those vehicles where you can unlock some cool things with it, so it's kind of nice to have. And I believe it's a vehicle of like 30 plus liveries, like 30 liveries, I believe, like minimum. So it does have quite the liveries. And while it might not be good in general for performance, I'm not too sure on that though. It's definitely very great. Like have a custom version for the hot ring circuit races. Not to mention those are also double money RP for this week. So especially for this event week, it's a good buy for the hot ring saver. Especially for only like 400, 500k for this event week probably. It's not all that bad to get one, I would say. And then also, the Obey Omnis is indeed on discount. I know mine is free, of course, because I have the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack. That's the reason why I have it for free. But yeah. Obviously, with it being on the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, which you can buy for real money, of course, they probably included it in there because it's not a very good vehicle, like lap time or top speed. So yeah, I'm assuming it's not very good in those like areas anymore. Maybe when it first came out, yeah, but like after that, not really, probably. And yeah, once again, like with the GB200, it's kind of more of like those rally kind of like sport cars, so that probably means it's mainly for customizations, not for performance if you're looking to get one this week. But yeah, it is a 40% or 50% off discount if you're towards Prime or not. Of course, if you have the starter pack, you can always get it for free. And if you don't have one, if you do get the starter pack, you can get it for free. And also, there is some more 40% off discounts, which I haven't mentioned yet, but they're not vehicle discounts. They're like upgrades for like LSC and whatnot, the Los Santos Customs. And it's 40% off vehicle liveries. So actually, technically, you're saving like a little bit less on the livery when it comes to the podium vehicle, but once again, it's only going to be like 10,000 at most, especially with Twitch Prime. That would be half off the liveries for any vehicle livery as well. Brakes, engine, transmission, and suspension. So yeah, once again, liveries, brakes, engines, transmissions, suspensions. Those 5 things are 40% off or half off with Twitch Prime. So yeah, it's quite nice having some discounts and LSC and whatnot. And I just looked at Test2's Twitter and it didn't suggest there's any Twitch Prime discounts this week. I'm not sure if that's true though, since they did do like the Rhino tank and whatnot. Because they did do like the Rhino tank and whatnot pretty recently. So I don't know if it's true that there's no discounts for Twitch Prime. However, I'm not going to waste any more time on the stream trying to find them or anything for there to possibly not be a discount at all. But yeah. Anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. I definitely must have went over every single discount there. Hope you enjoyed.